In our broadcast today, we will discuss the video on the kite runner. Should the book be banned, and is it justified? Bias is found in college admissions in certain races and will be examined in juxtaposition with the novel Typical American. A major game between UGA and Georgia Tech sparked the rivalry between the two universities locally 2 weeks ago on November 29th. Following social trend, Humans of New York, Northview's news magazine The Messenger has experienced booming prosperity after its recent startup of their own Humans of Northview. And a common household friend, the pet, may have an impact on student stress. WNHS News begins now. And here's Meredith with our top story.
Hello, this is Meredith reporting at Northview High School to discuss The Kite Runner. The Kite Runner is a book by Khaled Hosseini that has been banned by many schools because of explicit content. However, many advocates of this novel believe that high schoolers are mature enough to handle the content and that the lessons learned in the novel may be educational. Both sides have their reasons for why the novel should or should not be banned. So we asked the question for Northview students. Should The Kite Runner be banned here at Northview? We'll go to a local high schooler to understand how the book impacted them. Read The Kite Runner?
Yeah.
And what did you think about the book? How did it impact you?
I think the book is pretty educational, but at the same time it's pretty graphic.
And as you can see, there is no definitive answer as to whether the book should be banned.
Thank you, Meredith. Asians constitute approximately 5% of the U.S. population and are the third underrepresented minority group. It has been said that self-identified Asians will need 140 SAT points higher than whites, 320 SAT points higher than Hispanics, and 450 SAT points higher than African Americans in order to be considered on an equal scale. Although the data is presented this way, colleges and universities claim that they do not discriminate against Asians, but that they focus more on athletes and children who aren't of alumni. College admissions say they do look at the racial and ethnic diversity, but do not set different scales. Harvard University states they welcome talented students from all backgrounds, including Asian Americans. As we can see, the college admissions process treats the Asian community equally. And now we go to Amanda with the UGA versus Tech.
This is Amanda reporting back at Northview High School. Georgia Tech beat UGA in their annual rivalry game November 29, 30-24 in OT, making it the first time Georgia Tech has won in 5 years. The game started with UGA taking an early lead in the first quarter, where Georgia Tech was able to tie the game before halftime. Both teams scored 17 points in their second half, causing the game to go into overtime. Georgia Tech ended the game after Lasky scored a touchdown and White intercepted the ball from Mason. Because of this win by Tech, UGA has been eliminated from the FCC championship game, while Georgia Tech continued on to play in the ACC championship game against Florida State last Saturday, the 6th.
Thank you, Amanda, for the football recap. Back at Northview, a rising social media trend, Humans of Northview has recently gained popularity, gaining over 700 likes in just 3 weeks. Humans of Northview, mirrored off of Humans of New York, is sponsored by The Messenger. Northview High School's news magazine, HON, originally appeared 1 year earlier on The Messenger's website, but gained more attention in a more familiar and interactive form with students, Facebook. Here's an interview with one of the page's photographers.
Essentially, we try to portray that everyone has a story, from teacher to student to faculty, through a photo accompanied by a quote. The student body just loves it. We started getting requests from people, and I think we do a really great job with it. We try to mimic the page as well as we can, and I think we're successful so far.
The page is fantastic, and both the Messenger and Humans of Northview page can be easily found only one click away from home.
Students here at Northview experience a variety of stresses every day. Studies show that owning a pet can reduce stress, risk of depression, and lower blood pressure. Pets can also have a positive effect on a pet owner because they can influence their pet owner to make healthy lifestyle changes, such as increasing exercise or making new friends. Now, we'll talk to a pet owner to see how having a pet impacts them and their stress. Hey, do you have any pets?
Yes, I do.
And do you feel less stressed when you're interacting with your animals?
Yeah, I feel less stressed and I feel comfortable and I can talk to them and they always listen to me. Yeah.
Hello, do you have pets?
No.
Well then, how do you cope with stress?
I don't.
That concludes our first segment. Please tune in tomorrow to see our exclusive interview with Meredith People about goats. Can goats really fly?